especially with everything that it encapsulates and inspires. Who is unstoppable in your mind when you think about unstoppable people in the world at the moment?
I think of Anthony Robles. That's what I think of. I think, being on this press tour with him, I was so impressed with him, and that's why I wanted to be part of the story to begin with, and impressed with Judy, his mom, who I have the, kind of good fortune to play tour with them, because the more I hear him speak, the more inspired I become.
And it's
with
an
my own life.
amazing cast that you've got as well.
Yeah.
And also in front of the camera and behind the scenes as well. Ben Affleck described you as spectacular in your performance. How would you describe his producing?
I would describe all of the cast and everybody behind the scenes as spectacular and wonderful. It's about empowering people. It's about letting them know that they're important and to use their voice and that their vote counts. And for me, it was very important because I think that there's been a diminishing of certain, communities and certain people, and that's not really what America stands for. And so I was very keen to get out there and very, kind of particular with the message that I wanted to deliver personally to people, because I know that's what I want to hear. It's like, you matter, you're important, you have the power, go out there and use it. And I think sometimes we forget that. We think we're just one person and we're not going to make a difference, but we are. And today everybody is. So vote and go out there and, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Why was it important for you to be a part of this gorgeous story?
Anthony, man, I met him in 2019, so I've actually known him for a few years now. So this feels like a big full circle moment for us. But as soon as I met him, I knew that this was going to be something way bigger than me, and a story that is so much larger than cinema and film, and it's a story that's going to touch souls, touch hearts, and so if I could be the catalyst to tell that story, it's an honor,
And then what was it like actually playing him and bringing his story to life?
Hard, very difficult. Came with a lot of physical challenges and pushing myself in ways mentally and physically that I'd never had before. But I got to work with him. I was alongside him the whole way. He was my stunt double, my body double, and so it was nerve-wracking at first, but then it came with medicine, honestly. It was medicine for me. When I was nervous, I looked at him and he gave me that nod of approval, like, hey man, it's not too bad, you're doing it. So no better validation than the guy himself, and so it was an honor to have him so close.
That is so lovely, and also I love the relationship between him and his mum, Judy.
That's beautiful.
What was it like recreating that with Jennifer?
Amazing. I'm very close to my mother in real life, so I pulled a lot from how I feel naturally as a son, and then, Jen is an incredible mother, so the chemistry was there naturally. I'm from the Bronx too, so at first I'm like, damn, I'm about to do a movie with Jennifer Lopez, but once I met her and saw how committed and down to work she was, it just became very fluid and easy.
And this story has really inspired me. I'm sure it's going to inspire other people as well. Has it kind of made you reflect on your own power to be able to persevere through difficult times?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty of this story. I mean, there's so many, you don't even have to be a wrestler or a sports person at all. It's just whatever you're wrestling, push through it and believe in yourself and don't stop.
How does it feel knowing that your story's been told on the big screen?
This is still incredibly surreal for me. Never in my wildest dreams would I dreamt of this opportunity, but to be here, it's truly a blessing, and I'm just excited to say that we're proud of the story that's being told. They did a great job of respecting our wishes and how we wanted it told. So.
And you just must be the most proud mum in the world right now, right?
I am a proud mom. I've always known how amazing Anthony is. Now everybody else gets to see it.
Absolutely. And what was it like seeing yourselves being played by actors on screen as well?
That was very strange, but I mean, I could not have imagined such a better cast than what we have here. And all the individuals involved, they really cared about portraying us authentically. They took the time to get to know us and the little things that make us tick, the little details. So that meant a lot to us as a family, that they respected our story that much.
Yeah, Jarell was saying that you were kind of helping him. You were like, no, you're okay, you're doing a good job and stuff. And what was it like for you having Jennifer Lopez play you?
I didn't believe it when I first found out. But it's, she's been incredible, she's been kind, and she's been someone I could really trust. So, it's been an honor to have her play me. And she did me perfectly. I keep telling her that she did me better than I could do me.
Absolutely, and your story, like I say, is so inspiring. I think it's going to inspire loads of audiences. What's your advice for sort of persevering through those difficult times?
Well, I'd say the message that I want the audience to walk away with is that theme of being unstoppable. We all wrestle with challenges in our lives, but it's not about the challenge. It's not about what you face. It's about how you approach it. And what is your mentality? You can either choose to focus on what you don't have, focus on the things you can't do, or focus on what you're capable of in those opportunities. And if you do that, you can be unstoppable.
Absolutely, and you kind of touched on it there, but what is it that you hope overall that people will take away from the movie?
I want people just to understand that no matter what they face, just focus on one step at a time. A wrestling match is broken up into 3 different periods. You focus on one position at a time, and that's how you have to approach life as well. Sometimes you might fall short, sometimes you might get knocked down, but just take that next step, and little by little, you'll get to where you want to be.
Absolutely, and as a mother, is this just like more than what you could ever have imagined? I mean, what a credit to you as well.
I always say that God knew that I needed Anthony more than he needed me because of his love for me. I mean, I am the person I am today, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Oh, I'm getting emotional, guys. It's so nice to see you both. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank
to Film
you.
Gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, and this is Reuters.
What an incredible story, what an incredible film. Why was it important for you to tell this on the big screen and be a part of it?
Well, it was important for me to tell this story because I think it's a world that's divided, and I mean, everybody could use a little of Anthony. I mean, he's such an inspirational person. He leads by example. He never lets anything get in his way. He looks at everything, all the gifts he has, and not the things he doesn't have. And I think it's just a great outlook.
Absolutely, and of course the two of them are so inspiring. What's it been like for you getting to spend time with them to make this movie?
I said this the other night. They've really become my family. I mean, I feel like we've spent so much time together over the past years that I love seeing them. I love being around them, and their family is amazing. Everybody, Anthony has a little boy who I'm crazy about, who is about to turn 2, and it's just watching them. We've all sort of grown together, I think, and they were on set most days, and they made everybody, I think, work a little harder and try to live up to his example, and it was great to have them.
And what was it like having Jarrell and Jennifer and obviously recreating that bond that they have as well?
Well, I mean, a lot of the credit goes to Jennifer and Jarrell. I mean, especially Jennifer. I mean, from day one, she was Jarrell's mom. She was the other kid's mom. After 2 hours, all of us together, she was sitting with all of them, crowded around her with her arms around everybody, and that's the way every morning started. And she knew that she was going to be the mom, and she took it very seriously, and had a great connection with Judy, and just she made the set a really warm place to be.
And obviously this story and these stories so inspiring. Did it kind of make you reflect on your own power to persevere through difficult times?
Did it make I'm sorry?
Did it give you time to reflect on your own power to persevere through difficult times?
Very much so, very much so. I find myself complaining a lot less. I really do. I find I don't know if I think it really is just because I've been around Anthony so much. I think I'm a much more positive person, and I think that's why I wanted to make the movie, because you see the effect he has on people.
Yeah, absolutely. And just finally then, what do you hope audiences will take away from the film?
I think that, I think the audience will take away that they can be unstoppable, that you look at the gifts you have, and you look at how to do it as opposed to why not, and that's the way Anthony's led his life, and I hope a little of that rubs off on the audience.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.